Hello everyone, here I am with my new video in which we will start a new chapter of class 9th, okay, that is from geometry portion, chapter number 7, triangles, okay. So before going through the chapter and before studying the new theorems and new concepts about triangles and congruent triangles, we must know basically what is a triangle and what are congruent figures, okay. So in our previous classes also and in the previous chapter, which was chapter number 6, lines and angles, we have studied some of the basic things about lines, about angles, about some closed figures, okay. So it is not required again to tell what are vertices, what are angles and what are sides, okay, of some closed figure, okay. So we have to start here from the definition of triangle. We need to understand what is triangle, okay. Triangle is a closed figure formed by three sides or three intersecting lines, okay. Triangle is a closed figure. Here this is a closed figure and it has three sides, or you can say, we can assume that three lines are intersecting at 3 points to make a closed figure which is called as triangle. And from the word triangle also we can understand that tri means three angles, okay. A closed figure consisting of three angles is called triangle. See, let us consider there is a closed figure ABC and clearly it is a triangle. We can see here that this closed figure ABC, that is triangle, has three angles, angle A, angle B and angle C, okay, and three sides, AB, BC and CA, okay. So including a closed figure including three angles and three sides. These three angles and three sides we have got because the two lines are meeting at one point, or you can say the two sides, the two lines are intersecting at one point, which is called as, this point of intersection is called as vertex. So this closed figure has three vertex, 1, 2, 3, or in plural form we can say three vertices, okay. And these three vertices are the reason, or these three vertices are responsible to give three angles and three sides in this closed figure, okay. So this was the very basic thing about triangles. Now let us understand what are congruent figures. What are congruent figures? Congruent, two or more figures which have same size, or you can say same area and same shape, equal size, equal shape, okay. They are termed as congruent figures, or simply you can understand by the word congruent, which means equal in all respect. Equal in all respect means if two closed figure, it can be triangle also, it can be quadrilateral also, it can be pentagon also, it can be hexagon also, it can be circle also, any closed figure which has all the corresponding sides and all the corresponding angles equal, or you can say same, are termed as congruent figures. Means equal or same in all respect, okay. So look for the definition. Figures whose shapes and sizes both are same are called congruent figures. Such figures which have equal shape or same shape, okay, and equal size, or you can say same size, those figures will be named as, or will be understood as, congruent figures, okay. In respect of shape, if some figure, if any two figure or more than two figure are having equal shape can be equal if and only if all the corresponding angles are equal, okay. If size means the things which have equal size will obviously have equal area, okay. So for size, all the corresponding sides must be equal, means necessarily all sides of the two or more congruent figures must be equal, okay. Like see, I have drawn two figures here. Okay, clearly it is a triangle, we all know. Okay, see, I have not named it because we just have to understand congruent figures. Okay, this is one closed figure and this is another closed figure. See, in this closed figure, which is a triangle, one angle is 50 degree and one angle is 90 degree. This sign represents perpendicular. Perpendicular means 90 degree. Okay, so this angle is 50, this angle is 90 and this angle is 30 degree. Okay, and with respect of this, if we see the another figure, in this figure also we have one angle 50 degree, one angle 90 degree and one angle 30 degree. Means one angle of this triangle is corresponding to means one angle of this triangle and one angle of this triangle are corresponding and they are equal also. Okay, similarly second angle is also 90 degree, which are corresponding and equal also. Third angle is this one from this triangle and this one from this triangle. They are corresponding and they are equal also. Okay, similarly for sides also, you see this is 4 centimeter and this is also 4 centimeter. This is 3 centimeter, this is also 3 centimeter. This hypotenuse is 5 and this hypotenuse is also 5 centimeter. Means in all the respect, these two figures have equal angles, all three equal angles and all three equal sides. Means these two triangles are congruent figures. Why? Because as angles are same, all the corresponding angles are same, so they have equal shape and all the corresponding sides. These are the corresponding side, these two are corresponding side and this one is corresponding side, hypotenuse. Okay, all the corresponding sides are also equal. Means both the triangle are of the same size, or you can say same area. Okay, so this was all about the very basic idea of the chapter, which was what is a triangle and what are congruent figures called. Okay, now next we will discuss or we will know about congruence of triangles. Okay, means how two triangles will be called as or termed as congruent triangles. Okay, see, two triangles are congruent if and only if the sides and the angles of one triangle, means all the sides and all the angles of one triangle or first triangle are equal to the corresponding sides and angles of the other triangle. Okay, see, here we have two triangles, triangle ABC and triangle PQR. Okay, clearly if we see the figure, here we have angle A equals to angle P. It is given. Okay, we are given with the equal things, means equal angles and equal sides. See, angle A is equals to angle P, angle B is equals to angle Q, and angle C is equals to angle R. Also, side AB of the triangle, which is 4 centimeter, is equals to side PQ of the other triangle. Okay. Now, side BC of the first triangle is equals to side QR of the other triangle, which is 6 centimeter. Also, side CA, which is third side of the first triangle, CA is 5 centimeter, and clearly side PR of the other triangle is also 5 centimeter. Okay, so in these two triangles we have all three angles, corresponding angles, like angle A is corresponding to angle P because they are equal, angle B is corresponding to angle Q, and angle C is corresponding to angle R. Okay, and under this correspondence, like if angle A is equals to angle P, means vertex A is corresponding to vertex P. Okay, angle B is equals to angle Q, then vertex B is corresponding to vertex Q of the second triangle, and also vertex C of the first triangle is corresponding to vertex R of the other triangle, second triangle. Okay, so under this correspondence, if we see the side, if we name the side, if we are naming the side side of first triangle as AB, then corresponding to AB, which side we have here? We have PQ. We cannot name that AB is equals to QP. No, because A is corresponding to P and B is corresponding to Q. Then if we are naming the side as AB of the first triangle, then name of the side of other triangle will be PQ, not QP. Okay, so AB is equals to PQ. Also, under this correspondence, as B is corresponding to Q and C is corresponding to R, then BC and QR. Under this correspondence, the two sides of these two triangles will be BC and QR, not BC and RQ. Okay, BC and RQ. BC equals to RQ will be not correct. I am telling about how to write. I am telling how to write the equal sides and equal angles if we know the corresponding vertex of the two triangles. Okay. See, so BC is equals to QR. Also, further, CA is equals to RP. Why? Because C is corresponding to R and A is corresponding to P. So if I am writing vertex C, okay, firstly I am writing vertex C, then vertex A to name a side. Then under this correspondence only I will write the name of side of the other triangle. So CA is equals to RP is equals to 5 cm. And if I am naming the side as AC, then under this correspondence AC is equals to PR. Why? Because A is corresponding to P and C is corresponding to R. Firstly, I am writing A then C. No, under this correspondence, the side of the other triangle will be PR. So AC equals to PR equals to 5 cm. Okay. So clearly from this figure, we can get the corresponding vertices of the two triangles. This triangle also have 3 vertex. This triangle also have 3 vertex. Okay. So A is vertex A and vertex P are corresponding. Vertex B and vertex Q are corresponding. Vertex C and vertex R are corresponding. Okay. And equal angles, A is equals to P, B is equals to Q, C is equals to R, AB equals to PQ, BC equals to QR, C is equals to RP. All equal angles and all equal sides I have mentioned here. Okay, and they are corresponding also. So under this correspondence of the vertex, we can name this triangle as ABC. If I am naming the first triangle as ABC, then under the same correspondence, name of the other triangle will be triangle PQR, not angle PRQ or angle QPR or whatever. Okay, means see, A is corresponding to P, B is corresponding to Q and C is corresponding to R. So triangle ABC is congruent to triangle PQR. Why they are congruent? Because all the corresponding sides and all the corresponding angles of these two triangles are equal. Okay, so this was the congruence of triangles, two triangles. Okay, now one more thing we are familiar with, we have studied in class 7th, I think, class 7th. Okay, corresponding parts of congruent triangle. What is corresponding parts of congruent triangle? Means what is the fact behind corresponding parts of congruent triangle? If two triangles are congruent, then under any congruent criteria, like 3-4 criteria we have studied in previous classes, like side angle side, side side side, and angle side angle. Only 3 criteria we have studied in the previous classes. Now in this standard we will study 2 more criteria, which are RHS and angle side, AAS, 2 criteria. Okay, so if two triangles are congruent, then all the corresponding parts will be equal. If under the criteria of SSS or under the criteria of side angle side, the two triangles we have congruent, then only 3 sides of the two triangles will be equal. If they are congruent under SSS congruency criteria, then all the remaining parts are angles, all 3 angles. So if under SSS congruent criteria 2 triangles are congruent, then the remaining parts of the 2 congruent triangle will be equal. Which are the remaining parts? All 3 angles are the remaining parts of those 2 triangles. Okay, so CPCT stands for corresponding parts of congruent triangle. And if 2 triangles are congruent, then all their corresponding parts will be also equal. All the corresponding parts of those 2 triangles will be equal.